So good evening everyone, welcome to the DTRS class of 1 to 5. So today we have selected our lead topic as the classification of industrial sectors on color code. So this is a new topic. Till now you people would have been studying about how the air pollution index and how the color code is there, but even in the classification of industrial sectors the color code is used. Okay, so we will see about it, but right now prior to that let us start our class with a one quotation we daily start with. So today we have selected Rosa Luxemburg. Those who do not move do not notice their chains. So basically the gist of this entire line is that overcome your limitations. Don't put, when you accept limitations in your life, you yourself put yourself in chains and that hampers your growth. So that is the key essence of this line, that don't put limitations upon yourself by your some kind of thinking or some kind of thought. Basically come out of your comfortable zone and then try to expand yourself. Okay, so that is the main crux of this line. So you can utilize this for your preparation, for your ethics and for your essay paper and for your day-to-day life also. Okay, now let us move to the topic. So from Central Pollution Board and going up to the crest of yard, these are the 10 MCQ which we are going to deal today. Okay, so the first question is, consider the following: sugar industry excluding Khandasari, manufacturing of paint, varnishes, milk processes and dairy product, jute processing without dyeing. How many of the industry sector are classified as red industries according to the Central Pollution Control Board standard based on pollution index? Okay, or pollution index score is there. So here if we talk about that, before telling you about more about this, let us find out the answer for this. These three are categorized as red industries under this CPCB pollution index. Okay, jute processing industry is not a part of, is not classified as red industry. Now basically based upon this classification of this pollution index score, four kind of colors code are given: red, orange, green and white. And basically the parameter is how much pollution any industrial sector is producing. If it is higher, then it would be in the category of low, 60 and above, and if it is below to that, the lowest is the white. So extreme is the red, lowest is the white. So lesser and the less amount of pollution. So pollution can be anything, whether it is related to water pollution, air pollution, sound pollution, everything related to that will come under this. So it is very much important to study about these classification of industries, which industry fall under which classification, who gives this criteria, what are the criteria, what are the institutions which are involved. So many dimensions are there in this question you need to, and this is very much important from the perspective of your PT examination. Mains के लिए तो है ही important, but from the PT perspective lots of question can be framed from this. Okay, and even for your interview, if you are sitting in an interview examination, they can ask you that what is the color code, what does it suggest, what are the parameters for that, what is the rating, what is the score for that. Okay, so very much important question. So these three are under the red industry, and this is basically under the orange category. Pollution is there, but compared to red industries, less pollution is there. Okay, so here the correct answer is option C. Only three are there. Let us move to next question. So this is the context of the news, that basically this NGT has given directions. Okay, so here you can see from 60 and above it is red category, 41 to 59 orange, 21 to 40 green, and up to and below to that, that is the white category. So remember this. Okay, now second question, with reference to rat hole mining in India, consider the following statement: it is mostly practiced in the Bokaro, Jharia, Raniganj, coal belt in the eastern part of India. Now, as far as the rat hole mining is concerned, majority and majorly it is practiced in the state of the Meghalaya. Okay, why? The reason is that they are the thickness of the layer of that mountain is very less as far as compared to which are the coals or the coal mines which are found in the Jharkhand or in other states. So it is very much easier in Meghalaya to do that individual mining. Okay, so first statement is incorrect. Rat hole mining poses significant safety and environmental hazard. Yes, the statement is very much right. Land degradation, deforestation, water pollution, and even challenge or risk for the life of that individual person who is doing the rat hole mining, that is also a problem for that. So it has many hazards associated with it. National Green Tribunal has banned the practice of rat hole mining in India, yes, since 2014, and again in the 2015 this was reiterated by the National Green Tribunal that the practice of rat hole mining is banned in India. Okay, so here what do we find? Two statements are correct. Now, why this was in news? Recently you would have seen the Silkia tunnel in the Uttarakhand. This method basically was used in order to bring those workers who had got stuck in that cave to bring it out. Okay, so this method was used to bring them out, not for the extraction of coal, but for bringing out those workers from that where they had got stuck. Okay, so this is the context of the news. So very much it is important. Now there are many things are there. This is very much important. You can see that how it is related to your GS paper also. The consequences of illegal mining, discuss the Ministry of Environment concept, the go and the no go zones are there. Now here what I would like to tell you is that why this rat hole mining still after being banned by the NGT, it is still preferred or it is still done. So here there is a very much connection between the Schedule 6 of the Constitution of India. So you apply your sense, apply your mind that how Schedule 6 is somehow related to this rat hole mining, whether in the positive sense, whether in the negative sense. So I leave this upon you people, those whosoever are watching this, they try to relate this entire topic with the 6th schedule of the Constitution. Okay, this is a task which I am giving to all of you. Now as far as the answer is concerned, the two statements are correct, and here one body is there, the National Green Tribunal. Okay, National Green Tribunal is there. You study about this body also, and the Silkia tunnel which was recently in the news in the context of the news. So you study about that tunnel also. Okay, where it is located, what it is feature, everything about it. What is rat hole mining? This is there. Okay. Now consider the following countries: Norway, Sweden, Russia, Denmark, Lithuania and Estonia. How many of the above countries share a land border with Finland? So why this? Basically you have to remember the map very much, it is important. Many times the UPSC asks the question related to this, direct question is there. So Norway, Sweden and Russia, they share a land border with the Finland. Denmark, Lithuania and Estonia, they don't share a land border with the Finland. So here the correct answer is option B. Okay. Now what is the context of this news that we have selected? So basically again a border clash between Russia and Finland is there. That is the context of the news. Okay. So this is the thing, you can see Norway is there, Sweden is there. Okay, and here we find Russia. So Norway, it is basically related here, so small part is there. Okay, so that way we will, this is the answer. Now consider the following. Okay, higher capital buffer, total loss absorbing capacity, resolvability, high supervisory expectation. How many of the above criteria are considered for selecting global systematically important banks? Now, okay, criteria for selecting global systematically important bank. So basically all these 4 criteria are used for selecting any bank or any institution as global systematically important banks. So in the description of the file you will find that we have explained to you that what is this higher capacity buffer, total loss absorbing capacity, resolvability, high supervisory expectation. These are the some of the benchmark and the parameter which an institution must have. Okay, so then it is this tag is given. Now apart from this question, now what are the things which are you need to do extra? Which institution basically gives this tag, or who selects this? What apart from the parameters, who select this? So basically it is the Financial Stability Board, okay, which is there, which gives this criteria for this. So you study about this Financial Stability Board. Now similarly, so this is at the global level. So similarly in the India also we have domestic systematically important banks and institutions are there. So after studying the global institution, you study the domestic, who gives that criteria, what are the criteria, who selects that, what are the parameters, okay, what are the names of the institutions. So that way you try to cover this topic comprehensively at the global level also and at the domestic level also. Okay, now here the answer is option D. All 4 are correct. Okay, so in that way study this. Now this is the thing is there. Okay, you will find this. With reference to the Nolamba dynasty, consider the following statement. Their earlier capital was Chitradurg, which they later shifted to Himavati in modern Karnataka. Now as far as these places are considered, they are not located in modern Karnataka, but it is in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, these places are located in Andhra Pradesh. Mangala Numbathi Raja was considered the founder of the Nolamba dynasty. Yes, this is correct. Okay, now Nolamba dynasty, basically it was a very regional dynasty, it was of the Andhra Pradesh, and they were the feudatories of the Pallavas. Okay, they were the feudatories of the Pallavas. So here what do we find? The correct answer is option B. Now the context of the question is that recent archaeological excavation has yielded many numerous artifacts, like you can see here ling, Nandi, this all these things are discovered. So in that context this was in news. Okay, so where it has been found, in which district it has been found, Archaeological Survey of India. So in that way you try to cover this multi type of things also. Okay, now consider the following: Directorate General of Income Tax Vigilance, CERT, Border Road Development Board, and the Directorate of Enforcement. How many of the above mentioned are exempted from the purview of the Right to Information Act? So if you had studied the Right to Information Act of 2005, all of you know that under the second schedule of the RTI of this RTI Act, certain agencies and government institutions are there which are exempted from the purview of the RTI Act. Okay, so based upon what they do, what they convey to the government, their communication, that cannot be brought, or you cannot seek information under the RTI Act in that regard. So here if we find all these 3 are under the purview of the second schedule or are exempted from the RTI Act of 2005, Directorate General of Income Tax, not the vigilance but the investigation department. Remember this, the Directorate General of Income Tax, not the vigilance department. Within an institution many departments are there. So vigilance is one of the department and investigation is one of the department. So investigation doesn't comes under the purview of the Right to Information Act of the 2005. Recently, the context of the question is that recently this CERT has been included in the second schedule of the RTI Act. So that is the context, and these were already existing. So IB, paramilitary institutions, intelligence agencies, security agencies, they are included in this. Now also you need to remember that although under the second schedule of the Right to Information Act of 2005, they have been given certain immunity or you cannot seek information. But if the context is of corruption and of human right violation within these institutions, if the context is corruption or the human right violation, then these institutions, whosoever falls under the second schedule of the RTI Act, cannot seek any kind of immunity, that we will not try to give information under the RTI Act. Case is there under the context of this corruption and the human right violation. These institutions cannot deny you the information. So remember this entry cases also. So as far as the answer is concerned, what do we find? Option C is the correct answer. Okay. So this is the context. You can see government takes Apex Cyber Security Agency out of public's right to know. This is the context. And now whether it is good for democracy or not, this can be a debate. It can come for your paper 2 also, for your paper 3 also, that whether it is right or not. Recently seen in the news, the report titled Gender Related Killing of Women and Girl has been published by International Alliance of Women, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Association for Women's Right in Development, Womankind Worldwide and World Bank. Okay, 2 institutions are there in the World Bank. So as far as the correct answer is concerned, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and the United Nations Women, these are the 2 organizations which have brought out this report. Now, what are the important key things you have to take? First of all, you remember the name of the report, the theme of the report, what are the key findings, and then the key recommendations which has been given. As far as this report is concerned, these are the things which you need to prepare, and in addition to this, you study about these 2 institutions, UNODC and the United Nations Women. Now this is going to be very much useful for your GS paper 1 society. Okay, many times they ask question about the society, so you can some data, some key figures, some suggestions, some recommendations, like in the way forward, what to write in the way forward you tell. So you can use this data, okay, at a global level if the context of the question is at global level. So that way you can use this document. Okay. So here the correct answer is option B. Now let us move to next question. So gender based killing, you will see that this is the context. Okay. Now with reference to the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission, tuna basically a kind of fish, consider the following statement. The agreement for the establishment of the IOTC was adopted by the Food Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in 1996. So basically this statement is incorrect. India is a member of IOTC. This is right. Indian Ocean is the largest tuna fishery in the world. Indian Ocean is the largest tuna fishery in the world. This statement is incorrect. Why? Pacific Ocean is the largest tuna fishery in the world. The Indian Ocean comes at a second place. So India is a member of IOTC. This is correct. The agreement for the establishment of the IOTC was adopted by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in 1996. No, this was not in the year 1996, somewhere around the year 1993 it was adopted. Okay, it is talking about the adoption. It came into force into the year 1996. So adoption year is prior to this 1996. Okay, the agreement for the establishment of IOTC was adopted by the Food and Agriculture Organization. India Ocean is the largest tuna fishery in the world. So here what do we find? Only statement 1 is the correct answer. Okay. Now again, as I have always told, that whenever any institution is coming, be it at national level or at international level, you need to study about it. So study about this IOTC also, Indian Ocean Tuna Commission. Okay. So India is also a party to this. So you can see the context. Yes, Vijay Lal, good evening. Now, consider the following rivers: Malprabha, Bhima, Tungabhadra and Sarda. How many of the above are tributary of the Krishna river? So you can see that how UPSC even asks some basic question related to this. Okay, so you need to remember, as far as the tributaries of Krishna is concerned, these three are the correct. Sarda is not the tributary of the Krishna river, so here the answer is option C. Okay, let us move ahead. And the context of the question was basically one of the child was swept away in this Tungabhadra river. So in that way we have framed the question. Okay. Consider the following pair: archaeological sites and location: Kangla Palace, Bhimbetka Rock Shelters and Dholavira. So I think it is very easy question. Yes, it is a very easy question. You can give the answer. Bhimbetka Rock Shelter, is it in Madhya Pradesh? Yes, it is in the state of Madhya Pradesh, a prehistoric site. Dholavira, it is also located in Gujarat. Okay. And Kangla Palace, is it in Gujarat? No, it is not in Gujarat. It is basically located in Imphal. Okay. It is not located in Imphal. So here what do we find? I think they have missed the option. Here D would be none of the pairs. None pairs would be there. So here the correct answer is only one pair. Now what is the context of this question? Recently the government of India has a project named this project 15B. There is government of India project 15B. For it, under this it make stealth frigates. Okay, it make stealth frigates, and those are basically useful for the purpose of maintaining our national security, for maintaining our national waters. Now that has been named after this. Manipur's Kangla Palace, basically they have been named after this Kangla Palace. There is a crest. This all of you can see, the crest of the yard 12706. The crest of the yard 12706 Imphal. That is the name of this vessel. And the crest is basically a symbol, a kind of armor type of symbol is there which is embedded. You can see that any armed forces institution, be it their regiments, be it their a kind of insignia or a symbol is always attached to them. Okay, so this crest symbol is attached to this stealth frigate. So two important things are there. One, first of all, you remember where is this Kangla Palace situated? It is related to Imphal. And the second thing is about the project 15B. What is the context of this project 15B? Basically making the stealth frigates, okay, for the Indian Navy. So that is the context for this question. Now, so that way, so that's all for today's 10 MCQ. Okay. So keep revising all those things which I have suggested to you while taking this MCQ, and do try to revise the things also. Okay, just reading the thing is not going to help you, but develop a habit to revise also. It is going to take a very less time, but it is going to be very much fruitful for you. Okay, thank you. Again, we will meet on tomorrow's DTRS class. Okay, yes.